everyone. Today is Thursday, August 27th, and today is our weekly virtual Unity Forum. This is the day each week that we dedicate to reaching out and checking in with any different numbers of our staff, family members, people connected to our programs, and our clients. And today I'm really excited because while we've been talking a lot these past few weeks about the reopening plans and everything that we're doing to make sure that people stay safe as they come back. Today, we're going to talk to three of our clients. These are going to be people that most of you will know, that have had some probably a long history with the organization. And we want to know how the COVID pandemic is affecting them and how they are coping with it and how it is affecting their employment. So I can't wait. This is going to be good. So the first guest that we have today is Ms. Suzanne Robertson. And I think Suzanne is going to be joining us by phone. And luckily, I've got competent people doing the technology stuff. But Suzanne's going to be coming up so we can talk to her. But while we're bringing her up, there's some pictures, as a matter of fact. It's going to cover some of what I want to say. Suzanne, are you there yet?
Yep, I'm here.
Oh my God, you sound so good.
Yeah, they look good.
And you
I
sound good. You've got a great mic. You sound good to me anyway. So this is the part where I'm gonna have to just say all these nice things about you, and you just have to just listen to me say them. Is that all right?
Yep.
Okay. So let's go first of all. Let's go way back to when I first started working for NuPath. I think it was in 2003, right around there. I just have these memories of you. You know what I'm going to say, right? You'd have your head down on the table. This is back in the days when we were sheltered workshop. There wasn't really much to do. And what a transformation we have seen in you. Can you remember back to those days even?
Yeah, I would tell everybody where to go and how to get there.
You sure did. You had some good swears, I got to say that. But at some point, things really began to turn around for you. You are a job camp graduate. You presented at our 2016 annual celebration, the one that was The Future is Bright. You've got awards all over the place because you also got a State House Award, the Celebration of Success. That was on October 29th of just this last year for your successful training and employment at CVS, and that was at the State House Award was at the State House. You have been somebody that's just so well known. You did many years, I think it was, even at the reception desk. You were by the way, just one of the best we ever had. And you've had quite a number of different work experiences since then. And I know that maybe you had to, your position was kind of interrupted at CBS where you had been working when COVID came along. Tell us what's been going on and what COVID's been like for you and how it's affected you in your life. But first of all, have you been well? Has everybody in your life remained healthy through this whole thing?
Yes, everybody's been well. COVID-19 really affected my job because I had to quit CVS because I was really scared to go back to CVS because of the virus. I couldn't go back to CVS, so I had to quit my job. So eventually, like this past couple weeks, I got a job at Kohl's. So I've been working there the last couple weeks.
Suzanne, when you say you couldn't go back to CVS, was that because of your choice? Because you were just really sort of jittery about getting the virus?
No, that was my agency's choice.
Oh, it was your agency's choice. I like the way you said that. You should go into politics next. You've got some good answers.
No, I'm not going into politics. Thank you very much.
Well, at least you've got, you share your honest opinion. So your agency, where you live, the people that help you with your residential part of your life, they felt it was too risky to go into CVS.
Yeah.
And so you had to quit your job. Was that hard to do? Did you
Yes, it
agree?
was very hard.
How long did you work at CVS?
Almost 3 years.
Oh gosh, that's too
It
bad.
was really, really hard to leave. I liked it, but I thought it was time to move on.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was like filling out applications, um, getting calls for interviews, doing interviews online.
Wow.
Um, Eventually I got a call from Kohl's. They said that they would love to hire me. That orientation was the 15th of this month, and they hired me on the spot. I did my first day on cash register yesterday with Lisa. It was a breeze. It was easy.
Wow. And you know what the really cool thing is? It the Kohl's right here up on Washington Street?
Yeah.
I'm in that Kohl's all the time. I hate to tell you this, but you might see me in there. I love Kohl's. I know it sounds corny, but have they been nice?
Oh yeah. The
I'll
people
tell
are very nice.
you know they're the smartest marketers on earth. You know, they're always giving you 30% off, Kohl's cash for this, $5, $5 cold cash on your anniversary when you sign up. And they're really brilliant, and they're always
Oh yeah.
yeah, yeah. So
I gave quite a few calls cashes yesterday.
I bet you did. There's a good sale. I've got a 30% coupon, so when I come in, maybe you can help me.
Oh,
How many
you
hours are you
tell.
working at Kohl's?
Huh?
How many hours are you working at Kohl's?
Like about 16. Right now it's 10.
Yeah, until you get fully trained. Um,
Yeah.
is it hard to wear a mask your whole shift without just wanting to?
Yeah. Because I literally sweat right underneath my nose.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to like breathe and and wear the mask because it's so uncomfortable.
And I've seen those cashiers, Suzanne, especially since the pandemic, well, at least the last time I was in there, they were really wiping down everything in between customers. You know if that's
Oh,
still
we
happening?
do.
You do.
Oh yeah, every customer we have to write down each cash register. All the cashiers are wiping down all the the counters with cleaner and paper towels, and we're like filling up the trash can with paper towels because we have to wipe down every inch
Everything.
of the counter because of the virus.
Has it been busy? Is a lot of people still coming in
Yeah.
and
Oh
shopping?
yeah.
They are,
Yeah.
huh? Wow. Um,
A lot of people have asked me for help looking for things. I've had a hard time helping them because I don't really know the store that well.
yeah, yeah.
So,
It takes a little time for you to get to know where everything is. Um, I should have mentioned that this fine-looking gentleman that's in these pictures that we're looking at is your boyfriend, right? Is that the right
yep,
terminology to use?
yep.
And his name's Paul. You guys have been an item for quite some time. How long have you dated now?
And February it will be 8 years.
8 years. Good God. And you often bring Paul with you to agency events. So we've kind of gotten to know him that way. And you guys were featured in one of our Unsheltered episodes, weren't you?
Mhm.
You want to tell us where were you? You were at was it the Wakefield Lake or were you someplace else? I'm trying to remember where you
I
were.
don't know which lake it was, but it was one of the lakes.
You're having a romantic picnic, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
That's nice. How's Paul been doing? Is he okay?
He's great. He
Yeah.
he he he's out of work because of the COVID-19, but he's been doing really well. He's handling it really well.
Hmm. Did he
He's
think it was a? Sorry, go ahead.
he's really enjoying he's upset that he's not making money, but he's looking at it in a positive way because we're having a group come and teach the people that don't have jobs how to get jobs.
Right. Do you feel that you learn things during your job camp days that you still draw upon? Do you find that, like, whether that's how you deal with a difficult customer, or you,
Yes.
yeah. What's one? Can you give us one example of
Like I don't really know. I would just look at it as like when a customer comes up and then is not satisfied with the thinks that the item is too much when it should be this price, and I have to call a manager to see what price it should be, and it's just difficult, but I look at it as it's okay
Mhm.
to ask for help.
Suzanne, I think you deserve high marks for even thinking about a job in retail, because people are dogs. I mean, sometimes they just, I see examples of people, trying to argue a price, or just the lengths they go to trying to get something for free or cheap, and returning things that have been used. I mean, you see unspeakable things, don't you? And
Yeah.
you've had to, like, deal with all kinds of difficult people over the years, and I think you're becoming a real expert. So now you'll
Yeah.
be able to deal with me if I'm difficult.
Oh, jeez. Please
Suzanne,
don't be difficult.
Suzanne, I'm teasing. So being one of our early members of job camp graduation, and being that you've been a part of NuPath for so long, I think it's about 2000 that you
Yeah,
started.
2000 was when I started.
You are just, I'm sure you're a mentor, an example for so many people that are finding themselves in a situation where their employment has been lost, or and the way you tackled this, and you were talking about filling out those applications. I mean, that just represents real ambition and discipline, and focus, and that's not easy during a time like this, because believe me, there's a lot of stuff that's out there that is demanding our attention, and even if it's nonsense, sometimes it's still, you have to be careful to not lose your focus. But I'm so proud of you for finding a job during the pandemic, and making some of these decisions that you've made, and I'm sure there's so many people that appreciate your the you
But
know the
I've basically also been trying to help Paul. Like, even though we can't see each other, I'll explain to him, well, go to this website and pick which job you'll be best at, fill out the application like it requires, and then see if they call you back. If they don't call you back, keep filling out the applications until someone calls you back.
That's good advice, and I'd say you learned quite a lot in job camp. I think that
Oh, yes.
Bill should still be very proud if he were listening right now. Maybe he is. Suzanne, thank you
He's
so.
really been a mentor towards me.
He's been a mentor to many people, and he's just been just a real source of hope. Suzanne, thank you so much for joining us today, and for sharing a little bit about your experience over these past few months. And I wish you continued good health. And what kind of a discount do you get for Kohl's?
I'm not sure actually.
Because maybe you could tell him I was your brother
I
or
think
something.
it's 15% or 20%.
Those are stingy. They could do better than that. Okay.
Oh,
Anyway, this guy was just kind of kidding around, but maybe I'll see you in Coles one of these days. When do you
I
work
hope
mostly?
so.
When do you work mostly?
Mondays and Wednesdays, 11 to 4.
11 to 4. Okay. Well, thanks again. Good luck. I'm sure you're going to be brilliant, and you're going to do
Okay,
very
thanks for
well.
having me.
You're so welcome. And I hope to see you in person sometime soon. Okay.
Okay, have a great day.
Okay. You're terrific. Thank you so much, Suzanne Robertson.
Bye.
Bye bye. Oh, even though we couldn't see her, her voice sounded so good. Suzanne's just been one of those rock stars that we've enjoyed having, and as I said, she's just been a real excellent example to so many people. So next, we're going to move on to another person that's had some public kind of notoriety throughout our organization. Eric Canada is joining us from his desk at Boston Appliance. Boston, there he is.
Actually, I'm in the lunchroom.
So say it again. You were muted for just a second. Welcome.
I was actually in the lunchroom.
You you know what, Eric? You are. I'm going to just like I did with Suzanne. I'm going to just talk about a few things that I think people should be reminded about you because you also are somebody that can serve as just an amazing example. Um, you have been at NuPath since July of 2013, and you know what's significant
I
about
was
that?
actually in 2011 by my late stepmother.
Oh, 2011 you were?
Yeah.
Okay, so all right, well then I guess it was a little bit. I was gonna say 2013, July 2013. That's when I became the CEO of NuPath, so that kind of gives me some perspective. But you were here even 2 years before that. Um, you, what I think is most amazing about your kind of arc or your ascendance in the employment arenas is the work that you did and the community that you built at Boston Appliance. We've done a lot with them around. They've sponsored us heavily, and you raised close to $5,000 over the past 4 years for NuPath's Walk the Walk. And not only that, because that's a lot. That's enough right there. It could put most people to shame in the amount that you brought in, but that you were part of our Club 50 two times, 2 years, and that is not easy to do. That is somebody who is really on the ball or has a lot of friends or a lot of coworkers that want to support them. I think that's probably what that kind of says about you. And really it's because of you we got some of the great sponsorships from Boston Appliance. And I never had the chance to see you there, but I know that people were always so struck by how, just what a how many the other of your coworkers just really cared about you and just treated you as one of the team, and you just got in there and you were doing all this stuff that like we're blowing everybody away, and because you work in there. What do you do for them, at Boston Plants?
I type up labels, I set up mailings, and I crunch numbers.
So you type up labels. And so you're doing sort of clerical stuff now because you've done some stuff for them in there. Did you do some accounting stuff or maybe it was like basic bookkeeping? Yeah. So I guess you're a generalist. So you do a lot of different things. Um, so talk to us about what happened. So COVID hit in the middle of March, and all of a sudden, we were all told that we needed to social distance, and you know, so worried about what was happening. And is that when you stopped working at Boston Appliance? And can you tell us what how you made that decision? Did you decide not to go back into Boston Appliance because you didn't think it was
That was
safe?
my decision. Yes, that was my decision.
It was your decision. And so you just were worried about your safety and not wanting to catch it, which believe me, you were not alone in that. A lot of people felt that way. And you started to come back then when you did start to come back. So they kept your position available for you. And when you were ready to start coming back, you were able to do 2 days, then 3 days. And I think you're back 5 days a week now, are you?
I am back. I am back 5 days a week.
And 5 days a week. Was it hard to decide to come back, or by about that time were you kind of itching to like get back to work?
I was just trying to get the fish.
You just wanted to get back to work. Did you get the unemployment and the individual stimulus monies from
No,
you
I did
didn't?
not.
Huh. I'm trying to understand the rhyme or reason because we did, a lot of people did get it, and I'm surprised you didn't.
Actually got paid during my. They paid me during my unplanned vacation.
You were on vacation. Um, talk about how you use some of your time as you were home. Did you just like lie around in bed all day and never like stop
So,
learning?
so no, actually, I went out for walks.
Yeah,
And yeah, I went to play some card games, and I recently picked up a pair of George Foreman grills, so I started making
yeah.
my own meals.
My only meals, a George Foreman grill. And this is the other thing I heard about you. So you use the time productively. You wanted to learn to make some healthier meals that would and that's what it's a George Foreman grill really great. Do you love it?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you how many nights a week would you say you use it?
Yeah, almost every night.
Almost every night. I find that my mother had a George Foreman grill years ago, and she just loved that thing. She'd make everything on that thing. And I figure people either just they love them or they give them as a gift and then they never take them out and use them. It seems like it's one or the other. But you love yours, huh? And it's a great way.
Yeah.
And is it easy to clean up? Is it as easy as it looks like
Yes.
on TV? Hmm. Maybe I should get one. But you used this as an opportunity when you were home and out of work to continue to acquire skills, to continue to think about your independence, and to continue to maintain your life to the greatest extent possible. And you learned how to cook healthy meals using the George Foreman grill. And I'd say that's a pretty big accomplishment. You've got something to show for your COVID, sort of isolation. You're now an accomplished cooker on a Foreman grill. Um, do you think that this is something that what do you think is going to happen with COVID? Do you feel safe now where you are, Boston Appliance? Do you worry every day still about
I do.
getting it, or do you no?
I do feel safe.
So you feel
I wear
safe?
a mask.
Well, that's so important because one of the things.
And
What's
a
that?
face shield.
Oh, you wear that?
Yep, I wear a mask and a face shield to keep myself protected.
Now, are those special glasses that don't fog up when you have your mask on, or are they just like really cool looking glasses? They're
These
just
are
really
actually my.
I need to get those. Then people won't see the black circles under my eyes. You're like the movie stars. You look like somebody famous and important when you wear glasses like that. All right. Um,
Still just there.
you are again one of these people that's part of our client community that has just been such a source of encouragement and optimism and hope to see you at the Club 50 events because you raised enough money to be included in the top 50 fundraisers. I'm telling you, anybody that thinks they have got any good excuse for saying why they're not in that Club 50 just need to talk to you because you managed to do it not once but twice, and you've raised a significant amount of money for this organization. So, and never mind the connections that we made through you with Boston Appliance. You did that on your own. So that is something to be very proud of and something that we're grateful for as an organization. Um, well, I just wish that you would have continued success in your job. Thank you for being such a brave and early being willing to get out there and getting back into the workplace. I'm glad that you found it to be not as, nerve wracking as you thought it would be. Because I think we all agree that we're better when we've got structure to our day and we're not just sitting around. And you clearly weren't somebody sitting around anyway. It sounds like you were extremely motivated to continue to learn and grow. And I'm sure that Boston Appliance is just so lucky to have you being in their family and on their workforce because I know how focused and dedicated and driven you are. So thank you for everything you've done for NuPath, and thanks for joining us today. You were terrific. It wasn't too bad, was it?
No, I'd also like to mention that I run Zoom meetings on Tuesday.
You know
And
what?
just want
I'm
to
having
join.
there's something with your mic. I'm having a really hard time hearing you. I'm so sorry because it's like there's a little bit of a delay, and so I'm just having a hard time hearing. Say it again.
I also run Zoom meetings on on Tuesdays in addition to joining virtual programming.
Joining the programming.
Dan,
Brian,
I think Eric said he runs the Zoom meetings on Tuesday.
oh my gosh, thank you for hearing that. I'm just having a really tough time with the mic. I don't know what it is. So you run the Zoom meetings. Did you like doing that? You like that?
No.
So maybe you need to run one of these. You need to be on this forum, and take my job when I can't be here sometime.
Look.
No, you can do it. It's just all you got to do is be willing to talk to people. Okay, Eric Canada, thank you so much for joining us today. Thanks for being part of this. Thanks for being part of the NuPath family, for the great example that you've been to everybody. Stay healthy and well. I hope you will. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Thanks,
Take good care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So in about, I think it's after Labor Day, you're going to see something very different when you log on to these events. And I think we may try to inspire maybe getting more people reconnected. When we first confronted this terrible pandemic, early on, we decided that we wanted to do these because it was the best way we knew how to, have regular contact with people. And in the early days, we had, I think one forum was approaching, it was 150 or it was some large amount. That's not at those levels anymore, but we're going to be introducing our new NuPath Live, and it's going to be a much more polished and kind of professional. Not that it's not professional now, but you'll see, like, we'll be able to put people's names in the lower thirds and be using music and some different effects. And the idea is trying to, be as entertaining as we possibly can, to the point of capturing the, sort of the digitally savvy kind of, consumer of information and content in a different kind of a way. And we'll be able to push this out to the different channels. So if you're an Instagram follower, or if you're big into Instagram, or Facebook Live, the number of ways that this could go out, so people won't have to always watch it just in the same format. So that will be fun to see the changes there. So you have that to look forward to. But my third and final panelist today that we're going to bring on is Mr. Paul Hatzis. Paul has been with the organization since, I believe, there he is. Thank you, Brian.
No problem, Dan.
And you're wearing your mask. That's so good. Let's just start before I go into any great stuff about you. Let's start with the greatest thing about you. Tell us what that poster is behind you that is so significant. I see Hatzis. It can't be you, is it?
That's me.
That's you. I don't have a poster that size about me. So it says Hatzis Landscape and Design.
Yep.
Committed to the. Is that your phone number?
Yep.
That's awesome. So tell us what this poster represents. What is that? I assume it's your business.
Yep, it is.
And you have been in business for yourself as a small business owner and an entrepreneur since when?
2017.
2017. So they say most small businesses end up closing after the first year, and you've now made it 3 years. That's doing better than most. Good for you.
About 4 now.
No, about 4. If we're looking at these pictures, we see you with Bill Struzzulo on the top right, and you are a graduate of our job camp. Provided you with a strong foundation. We see you kind of working at your job. In the other 2 pictures, lower left and sort of middle.
One of them's my house.
What?
One of them's my house.
One of them's your house? Oh, okay, cool. Did you do that wall?
Yes, I did.
I thought you might. That's crazy. It must be in your blood, like, to know how to do stuff like that. Who taught you how to do that kind of masonry?
A good friend of mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a smart guy. Paul, we go way back, And before this, we were talking a little bit about some of oh wait. I should have just, if Greg go back to that picture, the last picture on the bottom right is you looking pretty snazzy with
Yeah.
your nice shirt and your tie. Do you remember what that was from?
God.
That was the annual meeting.
It was
Annual meeting, I think.
it was the annual meeting. So you're another alumni of the annual celebration.
Yep.
And that was in 2018. The adventure begins, and you shared a little bit about your story, and I remember you were pretty damn good, if we can just say
Uh-huh.
it, to be honest. So that was worth pointing out. So what I was going to say was, we were talking a little bit before this, and I remember I was asking you some of the details because you have a beautiful wife, Allison, who I've got to know a little bit over there. Why are you laughing? She's not beautiful?
Oh yeah, she is. No, it's just
She is. She's a lovely girl.
yes. I've been married to her for about 8 years, Dan. Okay.
I know you've been married. I know. So that's what I wanted to talk about. So I remember when you told me you were getting married, and then I happened to run into you guys. It's the first time I met her. I was up at BQ's up at Four Corners,
Yep.
and there you were buying something for probably for your house.
Yeah, tomato
Yeah.
plant.
Yeah, you probably remember that. And that's when I kind of got to know her. She does the bookkeeping for your business, is that right? Or does she help you with the?
I do most of the bookkeeping myself. She just, when I have to go get a tool or something, she'll go with me.
I see. So you'll let her come with you when
She's
it's time
my financial advisor.
to your financial advisor.
Yeah.
So you've come in extraordinary ways since you've been connected with NuPath, and I can remember back to I forget what you told me when it was. Was it 2013? You moved out to Western Mass for a brief time with Allison, right?
Yeah.
And you went to an organization called Riverside Industries, not to be confused with Riverside Community Care, which is located here in the greater Boston area. This is a group that's located way out in was it East Hampton? What is it? East Hampton, yeah.
Yeah.
And we drive by there all the time. And so when I lived, I have a house in Northampton just on the weekends, and we talk every now and then. I remember writing you a letter or writing an email to the new CEO, letting them know who you were and to pay attention. And we were pretty disappointed in that place, weren't we?
Yeah. No, a few things, if you don't mind me saying, but they weren't really organized when they had the landscaping. First of all, you talk about safety. You have people going in there flip flops cutting with the lawnmower, going to jobs and rocking on flip flops. I said, you don't wear flip flops. You got to wear. I wear steel toe boots and everything. Anything I wear like steel toe.
Oh, you complained bitterly about all kinds of things, about how the equipment was in decay and wasn't maintained, and things were broken down all the time.
Took me about a week while I was there to fix everything for them.
Yeah. I think they were pretty disappointed. I think they were pretty disappointed when you left, and you more or less decided how. But you were out there. It was like a year, wasn't it, or at least?
It was like 6 months.
Oh, really? Was it only 6 months?
Yeah.
Well, we were only too happy to get you back because for all of your capabilities when you went there and you confronted that. Well, I'll try not to say anything negative about them, but an organization that you did not feel was as organized as it could have been, and that was a loss for us because you were bringing them, great skills and knowledge and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so, it's really cool the way it's kind of gone full circle. So to think that you had all of that kind of knowledge and sort of a cumulative, sort of understanding the experience of what it takes to run a landscaping department, because you were doing that for NuPath, weren't you? And did you? People didn't listen to you, did they? People don't listen. People don't listen. You can tell them things. They don't want to do their own thing. I never even heard back from that CEO. After I wrote that nice letter for you.
Oh, but the last time I met her was when I was leaving there, and I finally met her.
The last day you were
behind closed doors.
Yeah, I remember that. Oh, you'd call me. You'd be so upset. You'd be just raging about like, yeah, you had every right to be. I was just like, oh, Paul, you should come back. But you did come back, and that
All
was
right.
the good news for us.
Yeah.
And so you how was your business been through the whole COVID thing? It did
I've
you
been working. I've been landscaping, doing contract work, working
did you
all
have
over
to
the place.
did you have to stop for a period of time before you could restart again, or did you just keep going? Because when they did the business closure,
Kept on going, I was doing stuff and getting stuff done, flower beds and everything, and
Mhm.
fixing up stuff.
Yeah, so you weren't one to just use it as an excuse to sit around.
Yeah.
How about your customers? Have they been have they been continuing to desire your services, or do you find that
Oh
some of
yeah,
them
they are, but I lost a couple of customers.
owe to COVID?
Uh, financial reasons.
Oh, financial reasons. Yeah, well, that's a very real thing. People are not spending money the way they once did.
But I got a about probably 4 or 5 jobs in the work.
Yeah. So Paul, you could write a manual, or you could probably do a major, keynote someplace to talk about what it means to be an entrepreneur in this sort of marketplace, and how hard it's been, and anybody to see what you've accomplished, and how so much of it came through just your determination, tenacity. I mean, I know you, and I know you are one determined hell of a guy. You don't give up easily.
Oh,
When you set your mind to doing something, you will figure it out. And I just think that when you and Allison got married, I just thought it was just the greatest thing. I think you make a great compliment to one another, and so she can help you with some things, you help her with some things. You let her come and maybe watch while you buy stuff for the business,
uh-huh.
for company.
And the other thing too is why she loved me is because when her father was passing away, I was working at Stop and Shop at the time, and I needed to stay up in Deerfield for a couple weeks because my father was taking sick and my mother needed to get out of the house, and so I took care of my father-in-law, and believe me, it wasn't easy.
No, I know. I remember that.
I had to get up in the middle of the night to help him to go bring whatever he needed and everything. It's not, I'll tell you something right now, it's not easy taking care of someone that, is sick and, and had cancer and he died from cancer and stuff. And it's tough,
Oh, you know what though? It's even harder when that person that you're taking care of that's sick and's got cancer happens to be your parent, or the
I-
parent of somebody you love.
Oh,
I'm going through this with my own mother right now. So many of us now
yeah.
are finding ourselves, because let's face it, you're a lot older now than you were when I met you.
Yeah.
But so am I. But so
Yeah.
are our parents. And so
Oh, I
people
know.
get older, and they're going to die eventually. No one lives forever. And it's so hard to like have the stress of taking care of somebody. And I remember that was a real testimony to your compassion and your kindness. Anybody knows you grew up where? You grew up in Arlington, right?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
grew up all over the place.
yeah. You're but sort of North Arlington, like up the heights, the care
Up
area.
near, uh, up by Sims Corner.
Oh, Sims Corner, yeah. And so
Yeah.
when you walk through town, everybody knows who you are. You may as well be the mayor, right? You go to the
Yeah.
coffee shop, everybody knows you. You're a man about
Yeah.
town.
A buddy of mine calls me the Gestapo.
Gestapo. Oh,
Yeah.
because you're always what? Sticking your nose into other people's business or something?
No.
Well, I hope
No.
it's not for some other reason. You're not giving them a hard time. That's kind of a harsh thing to be called. I think that you are attentive to detail. I think that you are quick to offer suggestions when you see that somebody could use your advice. It's
Uh-huh.
just sometimes people may not want to take your advice. That's something different. But you're not afraid to provide it. Well, I am so happy that you were willing to join us today, and I'm glad you're well. I'm glad that Allison's well. I hope you'll say hi to her for me, will you? And
I
you guys have to go on tonight and tell her to go to the YouTube channel, and you'll be able to watch your fine performance, because you'll enjoy it. You can sit back, make some popcorn, You
Wow.
know, tell everybody you know, hey, come watch. Tell them not to watch the first two, just to watch yours. You know, because that's
Yeah,
all they care
yeah.
about.
Yeah.
It's so great to see you. Any final remarks or closing words that you have for anybody? Short.
It's not easy running a business and everything, and doing things and trying to measure things out. I have a good friend of mine that I've known over 30 years. He's been helping me measure the jobs out and trying to figure out what should go there and what shouldn't go there.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's
Well,
just-
you must be doing something right because almost 4 years in the business and you're
yeah.
still
I,
alive.
I think I might have got the formula now.
You forgot the formula now. Well, you're also doing work at our own West Street, aren't you? So
Yeah,
you've got a wide.
a lot of
customer
work
base.
over there.
Well, it was so great to talk to you, Paul. Thank you so much for being part of this. Wish
Yeah,
you good health and continued success in your business. And I look forward to seeing you sometime when we can, just be a little bit more relaxed and maybe be outside the place and, it's like
yeah,
old times.
oh, yeah.
All right. Take good care, man. Okay. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. And thanks to Brian as well for being there and Lisa Carrier, who assisted with, I believe, well, with a lot of this. So Lisa's has got her fingers in a lot of things. And just because we don't see her doesn't mean that she's not around. Same thing with Brian and other members of the team. So this is, as we wrap this up, I don't know if there's probably not any questions because this is more of a kind of an informational sharing of things. But this is a time, when we think about all the different people that make NuPath what we are. You've heard me say it. I think I said it last week, even as we look at the uncertainty, the financial uncertainty of our future, in the sense of just not knowing where things are going to return to more of a normal level as far as attendance and all the rest. There is some anxiety about that, and if we have to, downsize some of the space that we have or other sort of occupancy expenses, the main thing that what makes us special, what makes us different from other organizations and makes NuPath are the staff that work here and the clients that are part of our family. And that is what has been the primary focus for me, is how we, whatever we do is done in a way that we can protect and provide opportunity for as many staff who want to work and want to be employed by NuPath, that we find ways to help them do that. On one little personal note, my mom's getting out of rehab tomorrow, and I'm moving her back to her apartment finally. Oh, I can't wait. It's going to be so good to get her back someplace where she feels comfortable. So I feel like some maybe better things are happening. Good things are happening. Maybe we're gonna be on a great, sort of trajectory here, and we hope that we continue to keep COVID at bay and keep it down to a level that we're not going to catch it, not have to close down or be doing the ongoing tracing of for testing. If you are a staff person that needs your test, get it. Don't put it off. Let's get this done and behind us so we can start paying attention to other more important things. If you're a family member that still has your child at home and wants to get your son or daughter back to NuPath, then we're right there with you, and we're working as creatively as we can. If you've got ideas for how to make it happen, feel free to talk to somebody about it. Daniela's going to kill me on that last one. And in closing, I'm this next Thursday, a week from today at our Unity Forum, I'm not going to be able to host it. I'm going to take a few days off before Labor Day, and so I'll be away. So if Greg's got the poll, if God bless him there, I would like James Shannon to consider guest hosting. I think, and so if everybody can just take a moment, do you think? Want to see James Shannon guest host next Thursday's Unity Forum? I'm going to say yes, or if I can't answer it. And organized as the panelists, don't vote. It tells me clearly on the screen, but I tried anyway. Well, you know what I'd say. I'd say yes. I always, after these different events or episodes that we have, I try to watch it on YouTube later on, because I feel like that's the best way for us to learn and grow and improve our outputs. We want to create a quality product for people that are participating. And James is part of a recent, I think it was the town hall that he was most recently on, and he's been on other things before. I was just so struck by watching him. He was able to sit there perfectly still while other people were talking. This is not the easiest thing to do, to be, talking for, any length of time. And, you want to fidget, you want to scratch. Like, I'm always want to scratch my face. You want to reach for things, your phones, and you see it later on. You're like, why can't I just sit still? And James just sat there perfectly still. That he was very focused, and I thought he was interesting. He had a great cadence of his voice. I think he'd make a great host. So, well, look at that. 95% of you say James Sandage should host next Thursday's Unity Forum. So, James, you're welcome, and we look forward to seeing your panelists and how you're going to bring some new life into it. And I think it's going to be great. I think you're going to be fantastic. All right, everybody. Please, please, please continue to be safe. You know what I'm going to say. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. Use sanitizers. Keep your distance. Please don't go places you don't need to. Even as we still think some people are thinking this is, a hoax, or it's crazy. This we've got to stay where we are. Otherwise, it's going to disrupt our reopening plans, and people are going to die. And let's not that happen to anyone we know, okay? Because we got this. We're NuPath, and we will get through it because we're unified and we got our unity. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for your time. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye.